I'm going to test your age, dear viewer. It's a simple test with no embarrassing reveal or anything like that. It's just a question for you to answer in your head that will determine how old you are in relation to me. Where do you know Happy Wheels from? If your answer was, it's that browser game that suddenly became popular on YouTube, then hello, my peers. If your answer was, that game that all the YouTubers play with Dad on the bike, then yes, but also no, it was a browser game in its own right for a while before it became YouTube fodder, but it's an understandable viewpoint, all things considered. And if your answer was, what's Happy Wheels? Then welcome, youngster, come on over, tell me, what of the world outside? Now, I ask you this question, dear viewer, because I find myself reminded of the game Happy Wheels by today's Game of Focus, and I wanted to see where each of you stood upon the issue of the former so I could gauge your reaction to the latter. Just Die Already, no, not you, dear viewer, that's the name of the game we're reviewing today, was released on the 20th of May 2021 by publishers Curve Digital and developers Double Moose, part of the team behind Goat Simulator. And how you reacted to that last statement can serve as the too long didn't read section of this review. However you felt about Goat Simulator is probably how you'll feel about Just Die Already. It's an open world sandbox that is pretty much exclusively set up for you to cause utter chaos or die horribly trying. The basic premise is that the world has gone to shit because all the young people would rather play video games than procreate or get a job, so there is no economy with which to pay the pensions of any elderly members of the population. And since you are in control of one of 4 octogenarian antagonists, I'm honestly not sure that a game designed around chaos can have protagonists, you are directly affected by the poor economic choices made by the youths. And since you don't have a pension, you have been kicked out of your care home and told to fend for yourself. This dark reality of the game is offset by the cartoon graphics and upbeat soundtrack, and the promise that hilarity can and will ensue when you begin to explore the fairly sizable map and interact with the many set pieces and organically available mayhem. Now, before I go any further, 2 editorial notes. 1. I had no interest in Goat Simulator or what it offered. I've seen it, though I haven't played it, and I'm quite happy for things to stay that way. And after the Elite Dangerous debacle last month, I broke my pattern and, post-playthrough but pre-review writing, I read other people's reviews on the Steam store to get a feel as to how the game was playing. Mostly positive. Admittedly, just under 400 reviews, but it gave me hope. Well, looks like I'm going to be contrarian again, but at least this time I know. Despite my indifference towards Goat Simulator, what it offered, and what it implied this game might be, I really wanted to like Just Die Already. The concept is pretty strong, and I have a fairly dark sense of humour, so the idea of an elderly person setting up the elaborate, Looney Tunes-style death of some unfortunate, probably largely innocent millennial had me excited, and I would love to take this moment to say that I loved the game. Sadly, I can't, because that would be lying. Let's get into the nitty-gritty then. To start with, even for a game with its roots in Goat Simulator, there are far too many examples of just flat bad game design. Not it's meant to look bad, but the code is actually pretty solid underneath. Just genuinely bad design and or implementation. Animations are clunky, you get stuck in the physical objects, and not in an oh that's kind of cute and hilarious way. NPCs are regularly floating around or glitched out. If you end up in the water and the sharks eat you, they drag you down outside the confines of the level so you can see its undercarriage, which looks unprofessional. The challenges the game gives you in single player fall short of being adequate enough to hold my attention. The humour, while I can see where the jokes are and what they're going for, more often than not misses the mark. There is a feeling of laziness and how can we repaint Goat Sim and remarket it as quickly as possible here. The old AAA problem of that idea worked well, let's clone it and make it work well all over again. Which is a shame because despite my personal feelings towards this game and its associates, there is potential for a genuinely amusing sandbox in here. But it's poorly put together and that is what lets this game down so badly. As for the online multiplayer, I was on a server with just 2 others, neither of whom I knew, and it kicked me out twice in less than an hour, so take from that what you will. I imagine this game is heavily designed with multiplayer and shared experiences in mind, and the cynic in me says that it is almost revelling in its inevitable YouTube fodder tag, but the world is the same, the challenges are the same, and I'm just not sure what more fun I could or would have had with it other than the shared experience of, hey look, I'm stuck in a trampoline because the physics engine is janky and poorly implemented. I really do wish it was lack of sense of humour or prudish sense of respectability that made me dislike this game, because then it would be my fault. but it's not. I can see the jokes, and I've had plenty of fun in other games making enemies into strawberry jam or being made into strawberry jam myself, but Just Die Already doesn't have enough charm about it for me to believe that there is a cheeky, fun heart behind the harsh, hard-hitting humour. It comes off, in my opinion, as cynical and has an air of, look, we're cool, we can make edgy jokes about it. This could have been clever and fun with the right developers and writers behind it, but it has all the subtlety and tenderness of doing open heart surgery with a lump mallet. For $11.99, you can find better open world sandbox physics games. Goat Simulator, for example, only costs £7.19, and if you want a really good one, you can get Gary's mod for 20p less than that. I find it very hard to say anything positive about Just Die Already. It could have been a very different experience, but this just falls too wide of the mark for me to give it any real recommendation. 3 out of 10. I've been Chris for Invicta magazine, and thank you for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you enjoyed it, please do give this video a like and a share. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and keep up with all our latest content. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, plus we stream regularly on Twitch, and you can find all those links in the description below along with our website. See you next time. Goodbye for now.